What do Miss Piggy and Yoda have in common? They were both voiced by the same person, puppeteer Frank Oz. The oldest known living land animal is a tortoise named Jonathan, who turned 190 years old in 2022. He was born in 1832 and has lived on the island of St. Helena in the Atlantic Ocean since 1882. Bats are the only mammal that can actually fly. The platypus, together with their echidna cousins, don't have a stomach at all. Their esophagus goes straight to their intestines. The narwhal tusk, typically present in males, is essentially an enlarged tooth endowed with sensory capabilities and housing up to 10 million nerve endings. While some narwhals possess 2 tusks, others have none. The spiral-shaped tusk protrudes from the head and can reach lengths of up to 3 meters. Sea cucumbers generate a toxic substance named holothurin, housed in specialized formations known as Cuvierian tubules, and discharged onto the external layer of the body wall. Certain species additionally expel segments of their poisonous internal organs through the anus as a defense mechanism. There are no muscles in your fingers. Their function is controlled by muscles in your palms and arms. The stonefish, known as the most venomous fish in the entire ocean. Masters of disguise, these fish blend into their rocky or muddy surroundings in the Indo-Pacific region, patiently waiting to ambush their prey. Accidentally stepping on a stonefish can lead to the release of venom, causing intense pain, swelling, and tissue damage. Camels have different ways to adapt to their environment. They have a third clear eyelid that helps in protecting their eyes from blowing sand. Also, 2 rows of long lashes protect their eyes. Skin is the body's largest organ. The part of the brain responsible for vision is located at the back of the head. Interestingly, the right side of the brain controls vision on the left side, and vice versa. The average snoring sound doesn't exceed 60 decibels, similar to a regular conversation. However, it can reach 80 decibels, as loud as a working food blender. Only 30% of people who can move their ears can move just one ear independently. Pineapple makes your mouth burn because it contains bromelain, an enzyme that breaks down proteins. Your stomach acid effectively deals with this enzyme. The masseter, the main muscle responsible for chewing, is the strongest muscle in your body. It enables normal eating by providing the force needed for chewing. Approximately 10% of the population is left-handed, while the majority is right-handed. However, around 1% of individuals are ambidextrous, meaning they can use both hands without a preference. Cherry pits contain prussic acid and can be poisonous if chewed or crunched. While swallowing them whole may not pose immediate harm, awareness of their toxic nature is important. Did you know that copper doorknobs self-disinfecting? Through a process known as the oligodynamic effect, copper and its alloys, like brass, are self-disinfect over time. This is because the copper ions can bind to bacteria, viruses, and pathogens, and basically destroy many of those cells in as little as 15 minutes. The Manhattan is found only within a 14-block section of New York City, and nowhere else on the planet. It's similar to a regular cornfield ant, but can't be matched to any other known ant species. Scientists believe that it evolved thanks to isolation within the concrete jungle. Choosing water-packed canned tuna over oil-packed versions helps retain omega-3 fats, as oil-packed cans may cause the loss of some essential fatty acids during draining. A supermoon occurs when the full moon coincides with the perigee, making it appear larger and brighter. Supermoons happen 3 to 4 times a year, with major occurrences approximately once every 18 years. A micromoon is the opposite of a supermoon, occurring when the full moon is at its farthest point from the Earth, known as apogee. Pluto still hasn't made a complete orbit since it was discovered back in 1930. It takes about 248 years for Pluto to make a full orbit around the Sun. By the way, Mercury is the fastest. It takes only about 88 days for this planet to make a full trip. However, Pluto will complete its first full orbit since its discovery in 2178. Stars look as if they're twinkling because of the turbulence in Earth's atmosphere. It makes the light from the stars move in a different direction before reaching our eyes, and this looks as if the light is shaking. Russia has a whopping 11 time zones within the country, which gives you an idea of just how large it is. Mongolia is a vast, landlocked country spanning from Russia in the north to China in the south. It may not be the world's largest country in size, but it can feel like it due to it having the world's lowest population density. In some regions, it's possible to go days without coming across another person. Apples, peaches, and raspberries are all members of the rose family, Rosaceae. There is a geocache on the International Space Station placed in 2008. It has since been visited 4 times by other astronauts. Canada eats more macaroni and cheese than any other nation in the world. Kangaroos keep growing until they die. Lettuce is a member of the sunflower family. They are part of the Asteraceae family. There are more than 70 species of mushrooms that glow in the dark. Neptune was the first planet to be found through mathematical predictions rather than telescopic location. Crows can remember the faces of individual humans. They can also hold a grudge. A fungus is more closely related to animals on a genetic level than they are to plants. An ingredient in chocolate can help prevent tooth decay. Iceland has an incest app that stops you from hooking up with your cousin. People in North Korea are legally only allowed to have one of 28 haircuts. Women can choose from 14 different styles. Humans cannot walk in a straight line without a visual point. When blindfolded, we will gradually walk in a circle. There were female gladiators in ancient Rome. A female gladiator was called a gladiatrix, plural gladiatrices. They were extremely rare, unlike their male counterparts. Iceland has the world's oldest parliament in history. Called the Althing, it was established in 930 and has stayed as the acting parliament of Iceland since then. The apex predator with the highest kill rate is not the lion, the cheetah, or the wolf. It's the African wild dog. According to researchers, these lean, big-eared canines are noted for having a kill rate of 85%, while peregrine falcons get 47% of their targets, and lions get just 17 to 19%. In space, astronauts cannot taste food as they do on Earth. Their sense of taste is dulled, requiring spicier and more flavorful meals. Oysters can change from one gender to another and back again. In an intriguing twist, seahorses are one of the only species where the male carries the pregnancy, a complete role reversal in nature. Remember, knowledge is power. Stay curious. Please subscribe.